Hi divas, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee Talk, an unfiltered, unedited series where we are just two friends and a cat sitting up in the kitchen drinking our coffee, chitty-chatting about life. Today I'm just drinking my normal cold brew with oat milk. Leave what you're drinking down in the comments. Hopefully it's caffeinated, not alcoholic these days. I feel like I feel like it has been like the last just 2 weeks alone. I have been having trouble keeping my mind right with all of the news going on. I don't know how everybody else does it. I feel like, I don't know, it's like a real balance between trying to stay informed. What is my hair doing? Between trying to stay informed and also like, and know what's going on and not succumbing to despair and the abyss, especially if you live in the United States. It just, I mean, between the oil situation and gas prices going up, and now new diseases coming out and spreading around, and it just feels like, I feel like we can't catch a break if it was tossed and thrown to us. But for now, I it's sort of like just got to keep on keeping on, don't we? Which I have been doing. Although I tell you what, is that better or worse? I feel like I used to really slay the art of the messy bun, and these days it's sort of a, who knows. By the way, somebody asked me, because Danny cut her hair in the last series, they were like, Julia, you should cut your hair. And I was like, no. I have donated my hair to Locks of Love, like, I want to say 3 or 4 times, because I'm very blessed. My hair does grow very quickly. But every time I've had to wind up cutting it pretty short. And it was fine for my 20s and my teens, and but I'm just in my era of, I like having long hair. It's I did get it cut when I first got long COVID because I couldn't keep up with it. Mm, to about like my armpits, or like like below my shoulders. And but no, I like having long hair, at least at this era in my life. And yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it long. You know, subject to change. I may get an itch one day and cut it all off and donate it again, but until that day, it's long. I enjoy it. I enjoy wearing it up in a ponytail. I enjoy letting it down. I enjoy having it for when I am back on stage. That's always been really fun for me, actually, is that every time I have been in an opera thus far, they've wanted to use my real hair and not use a wig. And wigs are very, very common in opera, or hair pieces that they'll pin in your hair to make it look like you have more, or that it's a more historical style. But every time I've been in a show, they wanted to use my real hair. They would, sometimes they would have little like foam pieces, and they would like put the foam on my head and comb my hair over the top of it to make it look taller or bigger for stage. Um, I'll have to show you guys some pictures sometime. But yeah, I just think long hair is part of my look. What are you guys thinking of the current Isha series, by the way? I'm curious to hear your comments and your thoughts and feelings. I think Isha is a beautiful person, and wanting to open up her home for community meditation is amazing. And the fact that she is so supportive of her friend Roberta, you know, and was there as a support throughout Roberta's series as well. So inspiring, so loving. And definitely not too far from where I live, because all of those series were being filmed at the same time. It was my series first, and then Roberta's and Isha's, and then lastly my kitchen was filmed after. theirs were done. And April was so tired by the end of it. For those who are not Space Maker aficionados, which I'm sure most of you are here from the Space Maker series, I'm talking about the Space Maker method, and all of her amazing decluttering and organizing series, of which I was a big part and was a big part of my life as well. But yeah, speaking of Space Maker, your girl is in need of a reset really bad. I feel like you can't really see it too bad because I wanted to film in a clutter-free area. But since I got back from Europe, I feel like I have been working on very like limited energy, like working on fumes. And when I say working, I mean doing my job, tidying up, ticking off things on my to-do list. And I cannot find a rhythm and routine to save my life. I feel like I've been back for exactly 1 month. And I don't know if it's the ADHD. I don't know if it's like the chronic illness of it all. I don't know if it's just because I'm more busy. I've also been having insomnia again, and part of that is due to me and my body. Part of that is due to the upstairs neighbors. Every time I mention, every time there's an upstairs neighbors mention, I just hope that we all collectively pray that they move out together. Because I think we're going on like 2 years of sound torture now, and I'm just like so ready for them to move into their next phase of life, whatever that may be for them and for myself. But yeah, so I feel like it's like I can't get into the rhythm of a week or whatever. It's like even my job, like my in-office days have been changing back and forth a lot. And doing laundry, I can't manage to do laundry once a week. I'm having to do like 4 loads in a day, and that's all I do that day. And sleeping and waking, and that's partly chronic illness, and I'm hoping that improves in some time. But man, it's like I cannot establish a routine to save my life. And I grew up with a pretty like strong sense of routine. Like I had pianos on Tuesdays and choir on Wednesdays, and I was in the school play and this, that, the other. And so it was like I grew up in a very kind of like regimented routine household. And I think that like my inner teenager sometimes like wants to rebel against that, but like my big girl adult brain wants nothing more than a calm routine. I would love to wake up in the morning and do my skincare and like hop in my clothes, brush my teeth, whatever, and like have my same thing that I do every day. And I cannot make that happen for myself. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. They talk about like your inner child healing, right? But then there's this like, I think your inner child is like the like baby innocent part of yourself, and you sort of show up for yourself in a new way and reparent yourself and think about like, what didn't I receive that I needed when I was a child and didn't articulate, and whatever. And then I think like the inner teenager is like who rebelled against all the structures that you grew up with in childhood or something. I am not like an expert on the subject, but I definitely feel like the part of me that resists and avoids routine is probably the inner teenager. But also I think it's just me trying to get stuff done in the manner that I best can with the energy that I have and the limitations that I currently have. All this to say is that I have not been killing it. I have not been killing the game lately. I have been, getting used to my new job at work, and that has been going really well. I'm really enjoying it. I have been settling back at home, trying to reestablish something for myself, trying routines and failing over the last couple of weeks. And I actually also started something new. So I don't know if you guys have picked this up from me talking about my health and my journey with chronic illness, but I am somebody who is a big fan of using all the tools in the toolbox. So traditional Chinese medicine, more natural remedies and like herbal stuff, and also like Western medicine and technology and science, and participating in clinical trials and studies, and kind of throwing everything at it and seeing what works. So my most recent thing that I have started this week, with talks going on for a month before that, is I've started working with a naturopath. I think that's the terminology for it. It's basically somebody who specializes in like supplements, vitamins, and helping with the food side of things, food and supplement side of things, and with like more natural interventions. My doctor has recommended so many vitamins and supplements for my over the course of my journey with long COVID, and a lot of them have been really helpful. But I'm at a point now where I feel as though, I'm gonna knock wood as I say this, I'm like 75% recovered from when I was at my worst. And the last 25 feels like the most challenging. And I'm taking still probably about like 45 pills and capsules per day, between supplements and medications. And I would like to work and do some more intensive testing on my vitamin, mineral, hormone, chemical levels, and see what supplements are actually needed, what my levels are, and how they can be tweaked and improved to improve my overall fatigue and energy level. Because I tell you what, like, in talking with this person who is a friend of a friend, and he's actually based in the UK. Once I have a bit more time under my belt, I'll be sure to talk more about it with you guys. But since I'm at the very beginning of this process, I just think it's best to kind of keep it vague for the time being. But yeah, so I am going to get some like more intensive blood testing done and see what sort of some of these levels are. And in talking with him, he seemed to identify and pinpoint a lot of different things that could possibly be fixed through nutrition and through like an intensive period of possibly fixing some of these levels, and then eventually allowing certain systems to repair. And when I say nutrition, I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to eat an apple and my long COVID is going to disappear. I mean timing for meals and the types of foods I'm eating at meals, and how I'm thinking about food in general, and certain ingredients for nervous system repair and increasing antioxidants and stuff like that. I don't know everything yet. In fact, I would argue that I know almost nothing. I just know what I've been given for week 1, and I'm trying to do that. And that's also part of why the whole routine thing feels like it's what is it? I can't get it off the ground before I started. Some sort of expression like that. But yeah, so I've been struggling, and that's one of the reasons why I've been a bit MIA posting here. But I did post a singing video, which a lot of you guys really enjoyed, from when I sang in front of some singer friends, and then members actually got an additional singing video. So if you want to check that out, check out membership. It's a great way to support me and the channel, and you get extra things like that. It's in aria in French, and I would say it was not quite as polished as the one that I put out for the public, but you get to see a little bit more of like my big girl singing voice in that video. And I, even though it wasn't as polished or perfect, it was still something that I was very proud of. Especially not having sung opera and not having sung in front of people, because I was so nervous. I think when you sing in front of people, I've always had like pretty bad stage fright singing in front of people, which is really ironic since it's what I love to do. But I've always had really bad stage fright, and when you have stage fright, you really can't like breathe into your like and expand your abdominal muscles as well, because you're nervous. So you're breathing a little bit higher, your heart's beating a little bit faster. And for me, like, I feel like I can really tell in how I sound, in how I look when I'm really nervous versus when I'm a bit more calmed. I think that feeling and that adrenaline is always there at some level. But when you're really well prepared and you've like done all your homework and you know your words backwards and forwards and you've sung it a million times, it's a lot easier to stay more calm than when you haven't. And so it's easier to get more nervous, and you know, my breathing and my singing can tighten up and get a little bit wonky. And also I'm just out of practice. I'm practicing when I can, but between work and YouTube and trying to keep everything in order here and not having any help, it's a lot. It's a lot. And also not succumbing to the despair that I mentioned earlier. The existential dread of living today. Have you guys ever heard of the Greek myth of Cassandra? Because I tell you what, I read a Substack article. I'm going to see. Hi. Do you want to come up and say hi to people? Come here. Come here. Oh, I'm so mean. I'm so mean. I'm so mean. Say hi. She's been so lovey and cuddly lately. So I read like a Substack article about comparing certain things to the Greek myth of Cassandra. So basically the idea is Cassandra was cursed by, well, I feel like with the Greek myths, it's never just like a curse. It's like a blessing and a curse. So basically she's given the gift of being able to see the future and like being able to know what's coming. But the issue is when she tells people, the other part of the curse is that nobody believes her. And I feel like with the current state of things sometimes, especially in the United States, I feel like that a lot. I feel like I can see the writing on the wall. I can see what's coming. Are you leaving? Are you really leaving, or are you just kind of leaving? Why don't you stay? She's like, no, you disturbed me and now I'm leaving. Why don't you stay? The people like you. We're clawing the cow. Oh, okay, we're staying. She's staying. You can see her, kind of. I feel like I can see like the writing on the wall, and I can see, you know, the cost of living continuing to go up, and certain things becoming a problem later, and I do my best to, as articulately and lovingly as I can, let the people that I know, that I love, know what I feel could happen or is a possibility. But because of everything that I went through with long COVID and how people feel about masking these days and everything, I tend to just sort of say things once and then drop it, because at the end of the day, like, I think the idea that, I can't control anyone and I can't ensure that I'm believed. It doesn't really matter if I bring data or articles or facts or anything. Like, all I can do is say something once, and then I kind of just have to drop it. And also, I think that's being respectful of other people's beliefs and stuff as well. But it's hard because, I don't know, like, especially with the price of living cost of living going up, the cost of gas is already, I mean, I've never seen gas prices this high in the US, or I should say in my area of the US. I know that in other areas it's actually even higher than it is here right now. The cost of milk, the cost of eggs. Actually, the cost of eggs has gone down like a tiny bit, but not much. Like a bottle of salad dressing is like between $5 and $8 now, where I live. And that's at the cheap grocery store. So it's like, it feels very, very heavy. And it feels like when I try to like talk about it or say anything about, first of all, it's hard to even think about, because when I think about it, I'm like, what hope is there for the future? Like, if I were to have children one day, how would I even do that? Like, how would I afford to do that? How would I, send them to school if school shootings are still a thing? How would I, how would I send them to school if COVID is still a thing? Like, it's one of these things that's like, I've always wanted to be a mom, and now I'm questioning if that's even possible. And like, it's truly like existential, and it's like very, very hard for me to just like, well, I'm just doing my job and trying to take care of business and tick things off my to-do list and, do my laundry. By the way, I don't know if you guys care or want to see it, but she is here. You are there. The public adores you, and you're not being a good entertainer. I'm just kidding. You're the perfect entertainer. She is a really good companion, though, when I start getting really existential and heady. She just knows exactly how to show up, where to sit, where to snuggle. She is very in tune with my energy. What are you looking at? I do think sometimes she sees ghosts, to be fair. Anyway, neither here nor there, just having an existential crisis, as one does when one thinks too hard and in 2026. But yeah, I'm starting with this whole nutritional journey. Can't establish a routine to save my life. Don't know why. Still cracking that code. Um, and don't know whether it's due to ADHD, my inner teenager, chronic illness, or the combo platter. Also, my insomnia. We're a hot mess express over here. The house needs a reset so bad. Also, like, it's perfect little spring jacket weather, and I cannot find my little spring jacket, and it's killing me. I feel like it might be hanging up in my storage unit, but I have not been able to even go there or do that lately. It's just been a little bit too challenging. So I guess stay tuned on that. I have been wearing my really cute little like red trench coat lately, which has been a delight and a treat, which has been like a good stand-in for the little spring jacket, but still not what I want 100% of the time because I feel like it's very dramatic. And I'm not in the mood to be conspicuous all the time. Sometimes I like to blend in. Sometimes I like to blend in. Sometimes I like to be really loud. What are you gonna get? Who knows? What else was I gonna share with you guys? I guess that was kind of the main things. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Let you guys know about memberships. Getting back to posting, trying to get into a posting routine. If I can't get into a routine in my life, how can I get into a routine with posting? To be determined. We're going to figure it out together. Someone reached out to me on Instagram offering to edit my videos, and I am really heavily considering that. I do have a video that's almost done, that's currently over an hour, of day 2 in Paris, and I think that's going to be really good. I also have video brainstorms for other stuff that I'm really excited to put together. I appreciate your patience as I continue to do that and to work on these things. And yeah, things are chugging along. I feel like we got really existential in this one. We got maybe a little too deep. I don't know how this is going to go over, but at least sunshine's here. Oh, that was the other thing. Somebody left a comment recently on like one of my older videos asking me if my house has gone back to the way it was before and asking for an apartment tour. And while I'm not going to say it's gone back to the way it was before because it's nowhere near that, I have so many amazing, wonderful systems in place that are preventing that from happening. I will say, when I am stressed or when I don't have enough time to keep up, the surfaces do be getting cluttered still. And I don't feel good about that. So that is something I need to continue to work on and continue to have built-in time to tidy up, reset, put things away. And yeah, I think that like today, this weekend is going to be one of those times where I'm putting some time and effort and energy into that because this week has been kind of crazy and I feel like I haven't had any time to calm the chaos, as April likes to say, and there's definitely like chaos behind you guys. So on that note, expect a video from me really soon. Honestly, probably very soon after I post this video of Paris. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be what it is. I'm definitely overthinking it, but I'm me. Of course I'm overthinking it. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. I wanted to let you know what was going on and like this video if you liked this video. Like this video if you like sunshine. She's so she's so sick of me. I'm so sorry. Like this video if you like sunshine. Like this video if you like this video. If you didn't like this video, leave me a comment. If you want more people to see this video and my channel, give it a hype. If you want to consider being a member and seeing that extra content every once in a while and some updates and getting to share a bit more of your, thoughts and feelings and giving more feedback into what this channel is growing into, I would appreciate that. By the way, we hit 8,000 subscribers. I am so, so excited about that. It was like, I gave a big, loud cheer. I'm sure my neighbors were thrilled when I saw that, opened my phone and saw that. So, and I will see you guys really soon for another coffee talk and another video and more Paris content. And there is so much more to come. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for bearing with me during like kind of a weird time. Again, as per usual, just one foot in front of the other, right? We're all in this together with sunshine. Who has an itchy ear? Yeah. Okay, thanks. Love you, bye.